Is it possible to avoid falling on inline skates? Let's find out. I fall in almost every skating session. I fall at least once. I really don't like falling. I'm trying to avoid it, but it happens. Why is it like that? My frequent falls are a direct result of my desire to learn new things. Inline skating is an uncharted territory for our brain. Our brain doesn't really know how to do that, not even a little. If you think of it, having wheels on your feet is a bit unnatural. We teach our brain to handle this activity from scratch. We educate it as a child. We show it how it's to be done. Just as babies always fall when they learn to walk, we fall when we learn to skate. We know the laws of physics, we know how gravity and inertia work, we know why wheels are spinning, but knowing that is not enough. Our brain needs to get experience of skating. How to get experience from an absolute zero? I think it's pretty obvious, only through mistakes, which in inline skating sometimes mean falls. Here is an example. When I was learning 3 turns on one foot, the biggest problem was my fear, which prevented me from turning my body 180 degrees. If you don't make a full turn, inertia will keep dragging you forward, but your wheels won't be in the right position to continue skating. Finding yourself in this position with such momentum may result in falling. This trick only worked when I overcame my fear of falling and finished that turn. I believe I did fall a few times when I tried to learn so-called tsunami 2, because legs are in this crossed position and you need to turn 180 degrees while keeping moving straight. If you don't finish that turn, not falling is gonna be hard. Once your body develops experience of doing this trick, it will turn 180 degrees naturally. Otherwise, you'll have to overcome your fear and trust your knowledge of physics. Same goes for stops, slides, slalom, you name it. Don't even want to mention aggressive skating. For a well-done trick, you need to commit to it, but your fear may interfere and try to stop you in the middle. It gets especially ugly if you never did this trick successfully before, so you don't even know where this middle is. At some point you'll need to trust your rational self, the one which knows physics, to convince you that if you commit, you may be able to successfully finish that trick. There is no easy way for that, but I believe every skater has their own method. The point of this video is not to turn you away from inline skating by scaring you, but to tell you how challenging inline skating is. And being challenging is what gives you the highest level of satisfaction when you succeed in it. Also, this video is trying to prepare you for something that can happen if you do skating. Now remember, the first step in avoiding a trap is knowing of its existence. Wait, isn't it from Dune? Anyhow, always wear good protection. Don't do crazy stuff. At every training session, try to push a bit further. Try to do something new. If you fall, just know that every time you fall, it makes your skating better. Seriously. I believe our brain learns the most from those painful mistakes, and it will instantly know what was wrong about the trick you tried. So now that we know where the trap is, we can think how to avoid it. With hand protection, knee pads, helmet, and possibly elbow pads, you can avoid that trap. In my experience, knees and palms are the most vulnerable parts. I never hit my head, but I don't want to test my luck with this part. Even if you don't hit your head, sometimes there are low-position street signs which can scalp you if you fail to notice them. So these 3 items of protection are highly recommended. I probably should recommend elbow pads too, but I don't use them. Please leave your comment about your experience of using elbow pads if you have any. Even though I fall pretty frequently, I rarely injure myself, because I started wearing protection after one incident that occurred to me. I'll expand on that in another video. So don't be afraid and put your faith in your protection. Always listen to your fear. Your fear is your friend. Push a little bit beyond your skills, but not too hard. Don't go skating downhill if you can't control your speed. Just remember that overcoming your fear doesn't mean to be careless. Here is an example that inspires me. Alex Honnold did a free solo climb on El Capitan without ropes, but he did it 50 times with a rope before that. He overcame his fear, but he also was careful. He knew what he was doing. This is the idea I'm trying to explain now. Overcome your fear, but be careful at the same time. Be aware of what you're doing. As always, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next videos. Bye now.